Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at PNC Park, Atria's 103 Federal Street. If you don't know where PNC Park is, just Google that, because other people are going to the other side of the park. We've got a nice crowd. Everybody found the place. Even our folks from Ohio, they made it. We appreciate it. We'll find out about some boxing a little later. Smoking Jim will promote you before I'm done with this. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. My co-host is Smoking Jim Frazier. We like to talk sports, and we're going to do a lot of that. We're seen on Verizon 32 everywhere in the Pittsburgh area, from Comcast, from Nemacolin up to Cranberry, Wexford, the city of Pittsburgh, and wherever you might live in all the communities here that have Verizon. Comcast 7 is only in Bethel Park. That's how Comcast divided it. We have a steady time of shows every Tuesday through Saturday night, 7 o'clock to 8 p.m. This show will be seen normally Wednesday night. Dave Cable and his family, they're going to Disney World. So sadly, our show won't be up right away until next week, but I am filming it. I'm not editing it, though. That takes an expert. So that'll be happening. We just hit a brand new high of 5,317 likes on Facebook in 3 years. Thank you. If you haven't liked us now, please like us. I will like things within reason to reciprocate. Smoking Jim just likes everything. And he has some problems on his page that he does call me. He does say, "Hey, Talking Machine, I have a problem." And I really don't want to know it, but it seems X-rated on his page because he liked everything. So now he has a few people that he doesn't really talk to. But you like us, we like you, and that's how we've done it. We're about the community, good things, fundraisers, you name it, charities. We're all about that, so contact us, anything. And, of course, we love sports, all ages. We've had from 5-year-old boxers and other athletes on our show up to a 91-year-old lady talking Steelers from back in the 30s. And she did one nice thing. I like gifts, but I do like to give things. She said, "Hey, Al, do you mind if I bring some Christmas cookies to the show?" Well, she brought a tray like this, and they were so fresh. I was eating and talking, even though my mother would have been upset about that, but I enjoyed them so well. But we cover all sports. We even did a unicycle tournament that was international in Seneca Valley. So I've actually interviewed unicyclists, what athletes they are, men and women. So we're here tonight. We start our first segment with What's on Your Mind. It's sponsored by Skeets Lewandowski, who's a boxer trainer, and he owns Skeets Service Station in Finleyville. If you have anything that runs on gas, I just was out there today. He has a buffet every Monday. Bethel Bakery Donuts, and then he has all kind of food. I can't even say it because I do try to stay in shape and eat healthy. Smoking Jim will tell you that's not always true, but I try. So today, somebody brought in a riding mower. They're souping it up. It's going to be 4-wheel drive. They also had a boat with a motor there, a gas motor. They had chainsaws, gas motors, anything that you have that runs on gas. They said, don't be afraid to bring it to Skeets. They're reasonable. They'll at least look at it and tell you. I was there. They brought in an industrial tire. A guy come in with his pickup truck. He goes, "I hit something. My tire went flat." There was a gash about this much in his tire, and he tried other people. Skeets goes, "Buy a new tire. It's too deep and you're carrying a lot of heavy weight. I don't want you to get injured," and call Edgar Snyder. So it's another shameless plug there. But we do promote a lot of great people here, and Skeets is one of them. And we're going to start our show with What's on Your Mind right now.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
just don't break it.
You got to see Levine. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out. If you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, grab a menu, because the only burger I like better than a Roethlisberger is the talking machine Big Mouth Burger. Big hand for international master photographer Bill Boyce in the house. This is a great time to be a fan of the Pittsburgh sports teams because the Penguins are going to win the Stanley Cup, the Pirates are going to win the World Series, the Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl, Antonio Brown's going to win Dancing with the Star, and Joe Board's going to win Coach of the Year.
How'd you slip that in?
When you leave here tonight after the show, do yourself a favor. Take a photo by that big statue out front. That's Willie Stargell. This year, I will be the MC of the 42nd annual Willie Stargell MVP banquet, and I'm real proud of that. Also, Willie Stargell was a great baseball player, but my favorite Pirate of all time is Andy Van Slyke. My favorite baseball player of all time is Pete Rose. Pete Rose is the greatest baseball player of all time, but he can't get a second chance because of gambling. Alex Karras, Paul Hornung, Len Dawson, and many, many other players were caught gambling in the NFL, suspended for 1 year, and they were able to go back into the Hall of Fame. Drugs, alcohol, gambling are addictive. Pete Rose is addictive to gambling, but he never cheated the game. Did he cheat the game when he had over 4,000 hits? Did he cheat the game with his head on Charlie Hustle's slide? Did he cheat the game when he was voted to 17 All-Star games? Did he cheat the game when he won 3 World Series? Did he cheat the game when he was MVP of the league? He was World Series MVP and Rookie of the Year. Hey, listen, in this country, they can legalize marijuana and nobody has to live in shame. A black man or a woman can get in the White House and don't have to live in shame. You can pull down the rebel flag and not live in shame. Gay people can get married and fight in the military and not live in shame. What is a shame is Pete Rose is not in the Hall of Fame.
Smoking Jim, we went through this last year. You know what? Smoking Jim is a great entertainer. He's an NFL scout, Steeler scout. We've gone through this all last year. I thought it was dead. He had to revive it tonight. He knows about cheating. He got caught. He doesn't play anymore. Look at him. So now he's trying to deflect all that to Pete Rose. Pete Rose bet on his team, bet against his team, owed tons of money to bookmakers. Who knows if he ran out every player? Who knows what players that he was coaching he put in the game or he didn't put in the game? He signed a death warrant that he would never be able to be involved in baseball again. Smoking Jim doesn't read. He's written a book, but he doesn't read. He writes for the New Pittsburgh Courier, but he does not read. I've asked him, hey, did you see this? He goes, no. I go, it was what you wrote. How does that even happen? But he's a great entertainer. I love him like a brother, but he's totally, this disclaimer is none of it is true. Pete Rose is going to go down in history as the greatest major league singles hitter in history, not in the Hall of Fame. And I stand on that. That wasn't on my mind, but he brought it out because he's stolen my thunder with the Penguins. I predicted the Penguins would win the World Series at the beginning of the season. I'm sorry, I got on baseball. Thank you. I got an expert here, Attila. I predicted they'd win the Stanley Cup last year when they started this, and Sidney Crosby was still in the tank because he needed a new coach. Now we have that new coach, and he's in great shape. Malkin carried the team. Smoking Jim just found out there's a thing called Stanley Cup. It's a shiny thing. I've been talking about this with my brother from another mother for over 4 years. He hasn't seen the Stanley Cup. He doesn't know Mary Lemieux put it in his pool and took it wherever he went back then. And even his man, Jaromir Jagr, who knows what happened with the cup and Jagr. We don't even want to go there, and it wasn't just Kit Kats. But these are some of the things. I try to bring a balance here because he's so far out of balance. He talks like a little child up here until you tell him, hey, what's on your mind?
Thank you, sir.
See? What's on my mind is Penguins will win the 6th game tomorrow night, and that'll be it for the Capitals. It's one of the most evenly matched series that I've seen that is not the finals. It's rare. So this will be a rare win, and they have the capability to do it, and Matt Murray will start in goal. So when you see this, you know I predicted it, so just give me a call or come to our next show. Whatever Smoking Jim does, he's on the bandwagon. Do you even know what the Pirates play? What game is that? I rest my case. Can you please tell us your name?
My name is Christina M. Chirumbolo. Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
You say my name.
Christine M. Chirumbolo.
Very good.
Don't ask him, please.
Okay, we won't ask him.
Yeah, I'll ask most of the questions because he let his burger cool off a little so he could eat it. He likes cold food. So, yeah, just ignore that. Now, you know this is a sports talk show. Smoking Jim just looks for shoes and models because he looks for sweeties for Jimmy. This is not a sweeties for Jimmy segment. That's after the hour and after the show. So we're going to talk. Did you ever play sports?
I did, in fact, play basketball when I was in middle school and elementary school.
Where did you go to school?
Well, I went to Catholic school. I went to St. Catherine's of Siena in Beachview, and then St. Margaret of Scotland. And then
I know where those are at.
Do you really?
I grew up in Greentree.
Well, then we are neighbors.
Yes, we are. I'm in Bethel now.
Okay, Bethel's great.
Thank you. Now that we covered that, so you played in 4th grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade.
I did.
Good guess?
Great guess.
Okay.
I love basketball. My dad came to one game. Here's my basketball story, may I?
That's why we have you. Now, everybody just pause. We're going to have a basketball story.
Basketball story. So, I was a chubby little 5th grader, 4th grader. Do you want to hold this?
I'll
Okay.
hold it for you. So you can use your hand.
So nice for him to hold this for me. This is treatment.
This is
treatment
all
here.
right.
Okay, on Sportsline. So my father came to one of my games. He was very busy. He worked at night. So St. Catherine's, I had my little uniform on, my Fila tennis shoes, high tops.
Wow,
and
Filas.
high class. My dad surprised me and came from work. Okay. Played the 50-50, got all ready. He was sitting in it with all his snacks, and here I go. I'm starting. I'm like, the forward.
What position?
Forward. Okay, here I am.
You were tall then.
I wasn't. We just were a Catholic school. We barely had enough girls to even play.
Okay.
But
so
anyway,
you had 4 players and somebody
Four
come
players,
from
yes.
another home.
So here we go. Some other Catholic schools, these girls were vicious. She came up to me and she, I was passing the ball. We did our little bounce pass thing that you do at the beginning of the play. And
I understand it. My dad was a basketball referee.
There you go. Mine wasn't. He's a plumber. But anyway, so I'm running down the road.
I need to find out what happened at this game.
Right, here we go. Running down the road, track, whatever you call it, field.
Floor. It's called floor.
Floor.
It has lines around
Lines.
it? Okay.
All right. And this girl puts out her leg and trips me. And I smacked my head on the...
No way.
Yeah, it happened. Okay. In the steel door jam. And I got a concussion. The whole fire team had to come in, and my uncle was on the fire. Pittsburgh
Of course,
fire.
you're connected there.
Yeah, we're connected,
Chirumbolo.
Chirumbolo. You got it.
Chirumbolo.
Anyway, my dad won the 50-50.
Hold it now. I have to ask one question. Did you recover from that?
I'm still,
It's still out.
yeah.
Okay.
But I made 2 baskets in that game, so it wasn't all a, it wasn't all a wash.
So you had 4 points.
I had 4 points in the 50-50.
And you weren't allowed to go to school because you were under observation.
It was a win. Total win, if you ask me.
Thanks for sharing that. Did you continue your athletic career after that?
Not,
I understand why.
I decided to go into music instead.
What instrument?
I decided to sing.
That's the best instrument around. Doesn't cost you any money, only lessons.
Woo, lots of money. It definitely costs you. Carnegie Mellon can tell you all about that. But no. You don't have to carry it in a case, but your case is your body, which means then, you have more of a responsibility to take care of yourself, or else...
And you have to be in great shape. You actually, it's like running a marathon singing.
It sure is. Do you know that music is the only activity that makes you use 100% of your brain?
I got to check that out.
Check it out. Fact check me, baby.
Who's verifying that? I need 17 sources.
Verify it.
We're not even calling him up as a guest. He's still on
Probation.
quadruple secret probation. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what have you done with that voice?
Well, when I finished college at Carnegie Mellon, I started...
Last year?
Yeah, last year, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, 2007. Wow. That's crazy. Wow, time flies.
You know what? I got socks older than that right now.
Well, those socks, I'm sure, have quite the stories in them.
They can't tell every one of them.
I went to Europe. I toured with Italian management, made an album.
How many countries did you see?
Oh my gosh, I saw at least 12, 13, 14 countries. I was very lucky, very blessed girl.
Did you sing sports songs at all? Since we're sports themed, you can say yes or no.
You know what? I very well may not have, but I can write a song about sports if you'd like.
Pittsburgh Sportsline already had a song written by us. It's in our opening and closing by Sam Schmiedel, one of the gladiators of the cage people that works for us. So yes, and he actually donates the money for the song because it's available on iTunes for 99 cents. So it's written for soldiers and the veterans. And he asked me if I would like a song. We actually went back and forth with the musicals. It's just, instrument.
That's incredible.
Yeah, no singing with it. But we'd love to have a song where you could sing.
We'll have to work on that.
Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Pittsburgh Sportsline.
With Smoking Jim Frazier and the Talking Machine.
Smoking Joe Frazier.
No,
and
Jim.
Smoking Jim Frazier in the Talking Machine.
You know what? We just got the first lyric.
First lyric. Everybody listen, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
That would be awesome. Thank you for that song. We don't need any more.
Yeah, we're good. Right?
It'll be a new hit.
It's a new hit.
Definitely. And you can donate all the proceeds to whatever charity you want.
I'm happy to. I'm happy to donate them back to whatever you recommend.
Okay. You just happen to segue into what I normally do at the end of my show. But we're all about Stay Joey Strong. Joey Favis, Cancer Foundation. Last year, he was 8 years old. He died before his birthday of 9 years old. With DIPG. He was diagnosed with it. It's a death sentence. They don't know what causes this brain cancer in kids. There's, thousands dying each year with it. The family has suffered with that, and I'm all in with helping them. And
let's help Joey.
There you go. They go by Stay Joey Strong.
Stay Joey Strong. Everybody stay Joey Strong.
Hashtag. So that would be nice. See, we already did some business. You didn't know I was a businessman.
Business. Let's shake on it. There we go. All right, we're shaking.
That elbow's bad now. Anybody got cortisone? No.
You clearly didn't shake the boxing coach's hand then, because he'll make your elbow bad.
No,
for sure.
but I hit the wall.
Oh, okay.
You missed that. It shook a little. So what are you doing now?
Well, I'm back in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Just for a minute.
What was the name of your album?
My old album was The Stranger. I'm in the process of putting on a new front, if you will. It's the
new Friends. I got it.
Yeah, you know. This next chapter is called L'Americana. And L'Americana is an autobiographical story that kind of tells my tales over the last decade. And I'm excited to have musical conversation with all the people that come across my path. I'm singing some standards, some pop songs that speak to me, some Italian music, Spanish music, French music, a nice big variety of stuff that really scrapes the soul. It forces you to have to listen. When somebody looks you in your eyes and says, "Hey," it's kind of a wake-up call in a sense. And
I'm wide awake right now. Yeah, I woke up.
Great. From that.
Yes.
Okay, so then maybe I'll see you at my show.
That's possible. You didn't tell me when and where is it. We always like to promote people. We do a shameless promotion usually. Since you talked a little bit of sports and you had a tragic story that you become concussed and may not have recovered. Oh yeah, I can tell. Tell us where and when.
It's on June 24th of this year, and it's at Bella Sera in South Point, Morganza Road. And Chef Cristina Di Giuseppe is doing I'm sorry, I said his name wrong. Giuseppe Di Cristina.
Yeah, you have all 6 different languages. At least spell it out there.
Bene.
Okay.
He's doing a beautiful 5-course gourmet meal, and there's going to be an opening act. Actually, a Bethel Park name, Rothar. Yeah. Okay. He's both of his parents are Bethel Park graduates. He's an opening act for me. He's a nice young crooner. I developed him since he was about 16 years old.
So you teach singing?
I do. I teach. I developed, actually, Dea. She's on the charts right now on Billboard. She went platinum in 7 countries.
Nice resume.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I'm gonna have to branch out in the music edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline.
There we go. He'll be there too.
You know what? He's still banned. I'm trying to get him on the show. He's blurting out. He's sucking up to everybody that's been on the show so far. I'm a little worried.
He knows the important people here, I think.
I still don't know, so I'm trying to figure it out.
We got to figure it out.
All right.
I'm on.
We'll work on that.
Okay.
I understand that. Tell them one more time where it's at, because it's about 10 minutes from my house.
June 24th. It starts at 7 p.m. It's at Bella Sera in Cannonsburg, Morganza Road area. We're going to have an amazing show and dinner and a champagne reception for patrons. We have lots of opportunities for businesses to advertise, bringing this show back for one night only with my orchestra, and really, really looking to Pittsburgh to come through and support.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much.
sharing a sports
Thanks for having
story.
me.
You're welcome, and we'll talk.
Great. Take care.
Bye-bye. Please tell the folks your name.
All right. My name is Attila Domos. Did I mess that up?
That's what I know you as.
Oh, okay.
So we try to be serious on here, because you're actually one of my heroes in life. And before we talk about sports, I met you through Joel Percheski with One World Blue.
Blue Pella. Good company.
So I wanted to at least, tell you that up front, and the folks out there, because what happened to you could have been tragic, where you would have just laid in bed and not done anything. Seriously.
That's true.
And that's why you're a hero of mine, because you're quite the active guy.
Thank you.
And tell them, first of all, what happened to you.
Well, in 1993, I signed a recording deal with my old band, Big Bad Wolf. We were a rock band locally. We were branching out, playing tri-state area, West Virginia, Ohio, New York, all that.
I know you're a musician.
Right on, right on. That's my first thing. I am a musician, and so we signed a recording deal with a Cleveland-based label in '93 on September of 22nd, and about 4 or 5 hours later, I fell from a ladder and broke my back. Ended up in a wheelchair. And so naturally, the contract was null and void, because contrary to what people think about the recording industry, it is not about music. It's about everything but music. Music's like way down the list of importance. Yes. Most important thing in music really is the image, and a wheelchair wasn't the image anybody was trying to sell in 1993.
So what happened?
Well, they just basically tore up the contract. I mean, it was in the contract,
Okay, now, what were you thinking then? Because this is a tragedy on more than one front.
Actually, you know what? This might sound crazy, but Bill Cowher was a big inspiration to me. He really was.
I believe it, the chin.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I talk about that in my book, too, by the way.
You have a book?
I do have a book. It's up on Amazon. And
What's the name of that book?
It's kind of a long name.
Tell it, because I'm known as Al Levine, the Talking Machine, so I don't understand what a long name could be.
Oh, there you go. It's called Because You Shouldn't Be Afraid to Chase Your Dreams. And it's on Amazon. Like I said, it's kind of a long name, but...
you want to say it again? Because people lost interest after 3 seconds.
Is that how they go? Because...
Yes, like squirrels. People are like squirrels on the internet.
That's true, absolutely.
Say it again, please. I'm trying to help you. Please.
Because you shouldn't be afraid to chase your dreams.
Heather Wilder just ordered your book. She's the PR media expert for the Meadows Standardbred Owners Association. We just did a show with them on Saturday at the Meadows. We'll be there May 27th, and we're going to announce something on our show at the end.
I would like to say one thing, though. If you're looking for like one of those squeaky clean kind of books, mine is not that.
Hold it. No more disclaimers. No more disclaimers here. You gave
rock band, dude. I mean, it gets.
We got to talk sports. We've gone off the reservation so far. We're going to talk sports now.
You know me, though. I'm all over the place. So
it doesn't matter. I'm going to guide you on it. I'm not asking you any questions but sports questions. When you go off the reservation, we're going back to when did you start playing sports, and what sport was it?
My first.
Try to think hard.
My first organized sport was soccer. I'm from Europe, so.
What country?
I'm Hungarian from Romania, so.
We might be related.
Maybe. But that was the first sport. Then I got into water polo, which is the most exhausting sport I've ever played in my life.
Okay.
It's right up there with wrestling.
How old were you when you did this?
10 when I did water polo, and then.
How about the soccer? At what time?
Soccer, I got into that. I mean, in Europe, you're kind of born with a soccer ball. The ball falls out.
Like
then
we have baseball,
right.
football, basketball.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I don't know exactly when, but I mean, ever since I can remember, I've played.
And the way you are, it was probably 8 years old.
It's probably younger.
Kidding. That was actually sarcasm for you for once, because you've been missing it.
I have, apparently.
So then you left Europe when you were how old?
In 1980, we were 10 when we left Romania. Then we went to Austria, lived there for 2 years. I was in a Vienna Boys Choir, played more soccer, all that stuff. Then we came to
You
America.
got quite the resume. And then why'd you come to America?
Well, my parents, I mean, they brought us here.
No, I mean why?
Well, first, we escaped Romania to get away from Ceausescu.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't really a nice hospitable type environment.
It was bad for everybody, but it was really bad for Hungarians. He was trying to basically clean out.
Ethnic cleansing.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, we're going to try to get back to sports.
While he got the Nobel Peace Prize, by the way. So just throwing it out there.
Just so you know, I try not to talk about politics, going to the bathroom, and hate. You just covered a few of those.
Nice. Then I'm all right.
Yeah, and you're almost done.
Almost.
Yeah, quadruple secret.
Hand cycling. I just took second in a marathon.
Well, I guess that's not happening. You just blurted it out. This interview is, you're doing very well.
Well, thank you.
Because you got the word out.
Oh, I did?
Yes.
About what?
I don't remember.
The big two of us.
I didn't ask the question.
But I got it out anyway.
Yes.
Nice.
Do you know why?
No.
You said it.
I did.
Folks.
I just say things, man. Whatever comes
This
out.
is one. He has like Tourette's syndrome, but with just words, not
Right.
swear words.
No.
Because I told him you
In my
can't
book,
swear.
I do, though, so, you know.
We understand. All right, now we're still on sports.
Yes.
I just talked to you the other day because I congratulated you.
Yes.
Why did I congratulate you since you want to talk?
Because I finished second in the Pittsburgh Marathon hand cycle division. But you know what though? But I won it in 2010. So what I'm looking for honestly is I need sponsors because right now I'm racing a Corvette on a Formula One track against the Silver Arrows and Ferraris. So I'm looking for sponsorship. I'm looking for help because if you
Just tell them-
cycles, I will never lose a race. I promise.
Just tell them how to get a hold of you because we usually write down, like, before everybody leaves, give me your name and contact information. I'll put it on a piece of paper so it'll be on the credits. But for you, I want you to blurt it out now since we already had Christina tell Belisara and when she's going to be playing there soon.
Right on. You can just go to my website, attiladomos.com. That's ATTILADOMOS.com.
No phone number or anything?
Well,
You don't want to be bothered?
It's on there. Everything's
Okay.
there. It's the easiest way to
I'm just checking because you like to tell us everything.
I don't have
Now
my phone
you
now.
see it.
I don't have my phone now. I had to send it back to Samsung. So
Whoa,
I'm like lost, man. I'm so
You know
lost.
what? I feel bad for you in a lot of
do.
ways, but you're still my hero. I didn't realize that your jaws are so strong
They are.
that, I'm the talking machine, and you only have about 3 more words before I shut you down because nobody can talk more than me on my show.
Have you been keeping track?
Yes. What do you
got a
think?
counter?
What do you think this
Somebody
does?
over there while eating the burgers?
Yeah, you're at 806 words.
Wow.
I'm at 935.
So we're better on Twitter.
We're not tweeting.
That's good.
I'm on Instagram now. How about
are?
you? Yeah.
Nah, I'm just. I
have a long.
All those stuff
Since you like talking about long names, go on Instagram and you can friend me within reason. Alan Levine, the Talking Machine. Is that longer than your book title?
No,
How many words are in your book title?
I don't know. More than
You know what? Disclaimer doesn't count. Verify that. What are you doing for next year's marathon?
Well, hopefully winning it.
Are you training at all, not just with your mouth?
I am doing a 24-hour hand cycle ride at the end.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Oh my goodness! Oh my!
30 dozen.
Just say that like in a short version.
30 dozen. We do 13 of Pittsburgh's steepest hills, plus we ride from hill to hill. So it's 52 miles, plus mile and a half, 2-mile hills like this. So it's
Whoever started that 30 dozen.
Danny Chu.
He's invited to be on my show. If you only would be quiet for a second to ask him.
Danny, will you be on?
Personally, we already know this show's not going to be up for another week. Come on.
Well, I'll call him.
Anything else that you want to say for like a couple seconds? That's enough. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for being on the show. And you are my hero. Joe, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm honored that you could finally make it here. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you guys inviting me. Best talking machine I know.
Attila, he already got a great start there. Now, my ego's already up there. You can see how I had to handle Attila, who's my hero. Imagine if he weren't my hero. Because he's doing great things out there. And, friend him on Facebook. Don't listen to his opinions and his rants. That's all I can tell you. And try not to talk to him too much personally. But other than that, he's just a super guy in the city. And he's doing great things, and he's inspiring other people. That's what I like. Just like you. You're changing the lives of people. That's one of the reasons I wanted you on here. We have a lot of violence out there. We have a lot of bad things. There's bullying. Smoking Jim and I are on the record. We're against all types of bullying. Men, women, children, animals, even Smoking Jim sweeties. We're against bullying anybody. And you're changing lives because some of the people that you deal with and young children and adults, they're in bad neighborhoods. And they're having trouble. And you're doing that. What got you started in this?
Well, I fought for years, and Years ago, I got an injury in boxing, and my wife came to the hospital and seen me. Said, "Joe, you know what? This is the deal. You can be a married trainer or a divorced fighter."
You know, I like her already. She's a legend in my mind.
Yeah. So the fact of the matter is, that day I said, "Mary, I'm going to start training because I sure don't want to lose you." So that's what got me training young people.
And how long ago was this?
That's been 38 years ago.
God bless you. That's awesome. Here you go. And where are you from? Tell us. It's Ohio, but I forgot where.
We're from Toronto, Ohio,
Okay,
just
I know
above Steubenville. Yeah, and it's great.
And that's some tough areas around there, neighborhoods.
Well, no doubt. My stepson is a police officer in Steubenville, and it's bad. It's real bad. There's a lot.
Well, that's why I brought it up. I had known it was near Steubenville,
Yeah.
and Toronto's right there.
There's so much drugs in the area, and not only that area, all areas. And these young people have to fight that every day, looking at it. And believe me, these kids today, they really don't want that, but it's in their choice that they have to get it sometimes. But I've given these kids a chance to come and live a clean life, Christian life, and be happy with what they have.
What's the name of your gym?
Boards Boxing.
Can't be any simpler than that.
Yep.
Toronto, Ohio. Listen to what he's talking about. He's just a gentleman. And his boxers, I've watched them for years. They all have class. And you know how much class costs?
There's no limit on that.
There's no cost for it. And he has it. He exudes that. And he practices what he preaches. And it's a tough business that he's in. So I'm happy to have you here. And keep going.
Well, listen, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy that you guys thought enough to invite me. And my young fighters are here, and they're great people. These young fighters are clean. They go to church. I have taken them to church. They're an inspiration. I'm not an inspiration to them. They're an inspiration to me. You know what I mean?
I understand that. Thank you. How many boxers do you have in your gym at this time?
Well, at this time, I got about 18, usually 26. I've got them from the ages of 11 years old up, and just great.
Any pros?
Yes, actually, I have several pros. I have a professional fighter, weighs 132 pounds. His name's Glenn Mitchell, which Jim knows well.
I know him too.
Yeah,
I know him.
I know you do.
He's a tough guy.
And heavyweight, North American heavyweight champion Freddie Latham, Too Slick Freddie. And
that's what he is.
That's right. And I have another one here. Actually, you're going to interview her tonight. And it's a female, and her name's Cheyenne Gist.
You know what? Don't delay any longer. Let's bring her up now because you do so many great things.
Yeah.
Let's get her up here and see if she can handle a talking machine interview. You can introduce her and bring her up.
I sure will. Cheyenne Gist, would you mind coming up here, please? This is Sugar Cheyenne Gist. Listen, she's a wonderful young amateur boxer. I've had her for almost 7 years now. She's been like a daughter to me, and it's a pleasure introducing her to you guys, which you know, and all the audience. Cheyenne Gist.
Thank you. Cheyenne, welcome to the show. Have a nice seat. What an introduction. Tell me your name.
Cheyenne Gist.
All right, because I like to just verify that it's the same person they're talking about. We've had some people that somehow Smokin' Jim gives me government names and other names. I'm not sure. Like Smokin' Jim Frazier is not his government name. He told me that. So imagine that. I still don't know his real name.
Wow.
Now after that, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thanks for coming here all the way from Ohio. We appreciate it. And what weight class do you fight at?
I usually fight at 141 or 140, but right now I'm trying to get my goal weight to be 135. But
135. That's got to be tough. I saw you eyeing up the talking machine Big Mouth Burger. I actually saved a bite for you.
It's okay.
It was delicious.
I bet. I had some chicken strips. They're all right.
That's healthy, and the food's great here.
Oh, it's so good.
No doubt. And that's one of the reasons we're here. They have happy hour specials on appetizers, talking machine Big Mouth Burger, and Smokin' Jim. What do you have? That large round mound of pot roast nachos or something. I can't even say it. They're too good. He doesn't even eat it because oh man, did you drop that talking machine Big Mouth Burger? It fell on the floor. I thought he was enjoying it.
Yeah, it looked like you did. It's not even there anymore.
Now, how long have you actually been boxing?
6 years going on 7.
So just what Joe said.
Yeah.
What brought you to the gym is what I want to know.
I actually started at an MMA gym in our.
Hold on, we got 2 MMA guys that are going to be here later in the show. So they'll be on a little later.
Yeah, where I grew up at, it's not in Toronto, it's in East Liverpool, Ohio. It's about 20 minutes away from where our gym's at, and there was a gym there, And a kid that I went to school with, he was a fighter, and he was like, "You need to go to the gym. I know you'll do good at this. You can be a
Really?
fighter." Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
on.
that was my
Boy,
ex-boyfriend.
okay.
Yeah.
But we're going to hear more about MMA.
Yeah.
But that's where you were starting out at MMA?
Well, I didn't want to do MMA. Well, I don't know.
Because he did. So you figured that might be a nice
I
idea.
guess I just wanted to try it because I was like, I guess I can do this. I don't know. And then Joe was there, and he was helping some of the guys with their stand-up. And I met Joe, and I just kind of got into it, and I trained.
Did you play other sports, though?
I ran track in, like, middle school. That's about it.
Any success?
I was decent. I don't know. I wasn't, like, great.
You weren't real passionate about it.
Yeah, I just did it because I was in 8th grade. I was like, oh, let's do a sport, you know.
So now you meet Joe 7 years ago almost, and you said, I'm going to go run and work out and do all these things and hit people.
Yeah, pretty much. I trained for like 7 months, and I had my first fight, and I won, and it just kind of started from there.
Did you win any golden gloves?
Yeah, I'm 8-time Golden Glove champion.
Say that again.
8 times.
You're a modest boxer.
Yeah.
Most boxers aren't that modest, but I appreciate it. I just can't believe you're a boxer. You don't look like you're a boxer.
I get that a lot. I think because I'm kind of shy, believe it or not, and like I
I'm
just.
glad I could pull out some answers here. I work hard at this.
I know. Yeah, I went to nationals last year or 2 years ago, and I was ranked 3rd in the United States.
What weight class?
I actually wasn't even in my weight class. It was a different
What?
class. Yeah.
What one did you make up?
I wanted to go up to a different weight class just to see if I could test myself, so I went to 152, the bigger girls. And
Wow.
I came into 3rd, yeah. So.
That's awesome. That is even more impressive. You know what? We're just doing a show with you. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Cam. I've seen you box. But just hearing that, how many people do you know? And I know a lot of guys and girls do like to challenge themselves, but you went up in weight class a lot, and then you come in 3rd nationals.
Yeah, the girl I fought, she looked like the Russian from Rocky.
Yeah.
Oh, man, she was like 6'4", tanked. She was cut. There was not an ounce of fat on her.
Did they check for any drugs? Because, you know, over there.
They probably should because she was huge. But she was a great fighter, and I was really honored to fight her. And she taught me a lot. Even though I lost her, I felt like I won in a way. You know.
Well, here's what I'll explain. In life, I say I'm undefeated. People go, what do you mean? I've lost. I've been on teams that I've lost, but I never consider it a defeat. I lose. Like with him, I battle on facts with him, and he makes up stuff. It's opinions. So I never win, but I know I've won. Just like you. You overcome adversity. You learn from that loss, and you become better to fight down in class where you belong. Now you're going further down in class. You're going the other way.
It was kind of random. I mean, I just want to see if I
No,
can.
I understand that.
But yeah, I understand.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, I love
So now you're going 135 to challenge those girls down there who think they're tougher than you at 135.
I've always wanted to go to 135. I just always stayed at 140, 141. I mean, right now that's where I'm at now. But eventually I would like to. That's my goal weight, 135.
I wish you the best of luck. I appreciate you saying all this. When's your next fight?
Actually, my next fight will be June 18th at the Meadows Casino, and it's going to be my pro debut.
That's part of what I wanted to bring out, that we do some things like that. Matt McGovern is a great guy with World Fighting Championships. We become friends with him, and they're going to do that, those bouts, and then they'll have another. It'll be their 3rd bout. Maybe you'll be back for that next one.
Oh, yeah, I would love to. I mean, any fights.
Knock him out. Whoever it is, knock her out.
I got a crazy left hook, so, I mean, you never know.
I can't wait to see you in action.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Well, you're welcome.
thank
Good luck to you. And I just want to tell you that now that you've been on our show, we have something, Smoking Jim. Tell her what it's called. We have people that have been losers, people that have won championships, and guess what else they do? They win more because of the good karma on Pittsburgh Sportsline. You just got more good karma. Good luck to 135. I'm with you. Amen.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Cam, welcome to the show. What's your name?
My name's Cameron Ekus.
And where are you from?
I'm from Oakdale, Pennsylvania. But
I know where that's at.
Yes, sir.
You travel to box.
Yeah, it takes about me 50 minutes to get there.
You said 50.
50, yeah, every day.
So you're dedicated. You know that's almost 2 hours a day just in travel time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just checking with you. Because Joe's a nice guy, and maybe he doesn't explain that to you.
That's all right.
I'm kidding. I know. You're dedicated. He has a great reputation. I'd travel over an hour if he could teach me how to box at my age.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's the best coach around.
I wasn't trying to get an endorsement, but you did well. How long have you been boxing?
This is my 5th year now.
5 years. Tell everybody what you've been doing and winning.
I've won 2 state titles, undefeated against the Irish team in the Donnybrook. I was going to be 3-0, but the kid backed out the last time.
Well, you know what? Your reputation. All of a sudden they get hurt. You know these injuries come out of nowhere when somebody's been beat a couple times. Do you ever see that?
Yeah, I
I know you can't really say, but I'm saying. I observed that.
Yeah, I like it.
How old are you?
I'm 18, sir.
Okay, because I wasn't sure your age, because I've seen you fight, and you're a pretty darn good fighter there. I could see a lot of potential. Joe was talking a little bit about pros. I didn't even want to get into Cheyenne being a pro, because that's on the radar. There's no doubt in my mind. Because anybody that wants to go up in weight and try to win a championship, then wants to go down in weight and conquer people, I think she'll be a pro. You have goals for being a pro?
Yeah, I think about 3 months we want to turn pro.
Hold it. A new breakthrough on Pittsburgh Sportsline. Cameron Ekis will be a pro boxer before the end of summer.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yeah, for sure.
Another breakthrough on Pittsburgh Sportsline. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Tell us your weight.
I fight at 132, but we want to move up to some bigger, stronger fighters at 140. So that's what we want our pro weight to be. I'm going to get a couple more fights at this lightweight, and then get stronger, get better, get faster, and then start taking titles, you know?
Look at that smile. You have a true smiling assassin. He's like the true baby-faced assassin. Look at that smile. What mother wouldn't want their daughter dating a guy with a smile like that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, they call me Kid Cameron because ever since I turned 17, I've been fighting people that are between ages 23 to 30. I'll get in the ring with anybody, anytime. I'm ready.
Well, just wear your gear right now because I want to see you go to the pros.
Yeah.
Stay out of the streets.
Yes, sir.
Even in Oakdale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please.
Yes, sir.
Ask a couple.
You
can handle it.
Did you go to Burgerstown High School?
I went to Burgerstown until my 11th grade year, and then I got big into boxing, so I stopped going to public school and started cyber school so I could put more time in the gym.
He doesn't know cyber school, but he has this theory that all athletes should be homeschooled only for their athletics. I would rather see you be homeschooled for your education because you don't always survive through the athletics. But if you went to cyber school, it's actually a good system. I know people, and my son was in cyber school too, so I do respect what they do and teach you there. You do have to learn a few things more than him. Like he's a writer, doesn't read. I mean, I think you can read.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty good at reading.
All right, good. No test here.
Question.
No.
You know,
Be careful.
You know any of the Fratinis in Burgerstown?
Yeah, I know Santino Frattini. Yeah, you might know his dad. They own the company. Yeah, I know his boy. He's a real nice kid.
Smoking Jim knows a lot of people. He's an NFL scout, you know, but he does talk about the other things which he doesn't know, so... You know, he knows boxing. He's a boxing expert. Just don't talk hockey with him, okay? I know you may like a little hockey now.
Yeah, I dig hockey.
How'd I guess that?
Cool. I played for a couple years when I was.
That's what I want to hear. I'm trying to dig some things out of you right now. All right.
Yeah,
all right, pro boxer in 3 months.
Yeah, I had my variety of sports: baseball, basketball, hockey.
So you're an all-round athlete.
Yes, sir.
Do you do your road work?
Every day.
This is what I want to hear. We watch so many fights. Smoking Jim and I announce amateur fights, Golden Gloves. And what I like is you'll see a kid can do one nice round and the other kid's doing all 3 rounds. Yeah. That kid that may be a better athlete, more natural, he loses the fight because he didn't do his road work.
Yeah, that's what happened with that Irish fight. I wanted to go 3 minutes. The kid wouldn't take the 3 minute. He'd only go 2 minutes. We offered him 2.5. He still wouldn't go 2.5. So we just passed through that kid. We didn't want to waste our time on him.
It makes sense. You're trying to get better. You're trying to have competition. You want to get stronger. You don't want to get weaker.
Yes, sir. Show my excellence, you know.
Exactly. You're striving.
Yes, sir.
Cam, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you, Alan. It was a pleasure.
Good luck to you. And we'll be following you when you turn pro even more. All right? Good luck to you. What a gentleman he is, but you got to see him in the cage. This guy is unbelievable. Tell them your name.
Francis Mad Dog Healy.
That's what I wanted you to hear. You saw him in the poster. He's just unbelievable in the cage. I have so much respect from you with the history of your wrestling. Don't you coach too?
This past year was my second year coaching, head wrestling coach at Penn State New Kensington. Had my second in a row All-American.
Mention a name.
Phil Mara.
I like to drop names and good things and positive stuff. So keep going.
And yeah, I mean, wrestling was the start of me. So
when did you start?
I started in 7th grade. I started wrestling.
Why?
I actually wanted to box. My mom wouldn't let me. So wrestling was.
You know what? Mother's Day was yesterday. I respect your mother and what she did for you, because you're awesome in what you do in the cage. And I can only imagine what you're going to tell me about wrestling and what you did.
Well, you know, she told me that I would end up like Muhammad Ali, and I thought that was the greatest thing ever, you know. She was thinking the medical thing. I'm thinking he's a legend. But
he changed the world.
I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to be, you know.
I like your style. I just thought you were a tough mad dog in the cage, man. I like it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. That's how you got into wrestling. Did you win anything in wrestling?
Yeah, I mean,
you don't have to be too modest, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I had some good seasons in wrestling, and as I got into high school wrestling, one of my coaches actually was in the UFC. So
drop his name.
Carmelo Marrero, the Fury. He fought in the UFC on pay-per-view, and that's kind of like what got me into training, and I started.
That's why I'm trying to pull. I know a little bit about you, but not much. So that's why I wanted you to talk about it, because this is fantastic. Your mother said don't box. He goes into one of the most outrageous sports in America and even in the world. Right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's not too many rules, you know.
And that's my point. See, I like you to educate the people. They know we go to MMA. We've had Gladiators of the Cage, Pinnacle here. We've had many MMA guys. I haven't had you on the show, and I'm honored to have you here with the success. And plus what a class act you are. You're just a good guy, which this is what I try to show people. They're in one of the most violent sports. Look at Cheyenne wanted to be in MMA because of her boyfriend, and she went to boxing. Now she's going to be a pro. We're having things that change the world and people and what they live and do. Look at what you're doing.
Actually, and not too many people know this, but I really preach the school thing. You know, school should always come first. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know, I started training, but I always went to school. I did well in school. And
where did you go to college?
I went to college at Pitt. I graduated with an engineering degree. And I've been training full time for the past 3 years. But now I got a job as a nuclear engineer for Rolls-Royce. So now I train.
Let me interrupt you, because Smoking Jim, here's what happens when you're not homeschooled in your favorite sport. I rest my case. Thank you for sharing that, because this is what I'm trying to do. You're changing lives in the streets. You're getting people out of some bad situations, and then they can go to school. They can get scholarships. Look at wrestling, what you're talking about in college. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, even if you want to go after a sport like this, you shouldn't give up on going to school and making sure you have an education, and that's what it's about. So.
Yeah, I can't pick on my brother from another mother anymore, but I'm 100% with you, 100%. Because when you look at the stats, he's an NFL guy. This percentage is so small of athletes actually being in the NFL. It's unbelievable. In all the pro sports.
Well, you got to know what to do with yourself when you're done, too. I mean, you know, you can make a...
You mean you don't stay young forever?
Yeah, well, you know, you only got so many years of fighting, but if you got something behind that, and then also when you go into coaching, you can...
Well said. You can teach others and pass that torch. Hence, we do that. No, that's great. Now tell me about your fight coming up.
So I got a fight in 2 weeks, King of the Cage, co-main event, and I'm fighting...
You said co-main event if you missed it.
I'm fighting Pedro El Pistadore Velasco.
Tell me a little bit about him.
He's an aggressive fighter. He's got a lot of fights.
You seem aggressive to me. Are you called that or not?
Most people think I'm pretty friendly. I'm not all that aggressive, except when I'm in the cage.
That's what I'm talking about. Out here, He's a gentleman. He's been respectful to me. I've let him say a few more words, and I got on there right now. So keep going.
No,
In the cage, you're not.
you got to kind of have a double personality. I mean, when you get in there and the door's locked, you're a different person. I mean,
You know what? Only one can walk out. Wasn't that in Mad Max?
I've had family members looking at me in the cage, and they say that I'm looking back at them like I'm looking straight through them, and I look like
I've been cage side, and I've seen you, and you're not seeing anything.
No.
Seriously. And then when you see the opponent, it's like a bomb goes off. Seriously. That's my observation. Am I pretty close?
I mean, I don't usually take my eyes off the opponent. I mean,
Yes.
in between rounds, I'm pacing. I mean, I might sit down for a second, but I'm back up and I'm pacing. I'm staring. I mean, mad dog for a reason.
I got it. I understood it. Actually, I actually comprehend words, unlike my friend here. He's just looking for action. Now, how often do you train?
So now that I'm working full time, I'm actually.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, because that limits that.
I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm at one of my coach's house, a different coach every day.
Where do you train at?
I've Matt Factory is my main gym. That's who I fight out of. I have a boxing coach, Beto Jones, and I work with him a lot in the mornings. We'll do road work. We'll do boxing work. I'll get my lifts in the morning, and then I go work all day, and then I go train at night.
Again. Tell them where you're from.
I'm originally from Douglasville, PA. It's kind of a small town right by the Daniel Boone homestead.
I like it.
Kind of in the middle of nowhere. And but I've been in Pittsburgh for about 7-8 years now. So
Okay.
Pittsburgh's the city I identify with. I've never
We identify you as the city, not the Daniel Boone homestead.
No. Hey, but I still have pride for where I'm from. So
Why not? I love history.
yeah, oh yeah.
Definitely. No, Francis, I want to thank you for coming on our show, taking the time. Can't wait to see you in the cage. Or maybe you won't see me, but I'll see you. All right?
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Good luck. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell them your real name since I'm calling you the Hawk.
All right, Justin Steve.
And where are you from?
I'm from Weirton, West Virginia.
So he travels. He was in Ohio at one time, so I don't know what happened in the last move.
I lived there for about 2 or 3 years or so, but yeah.
I'm not checking because he doesn't have a government name. So this is no inquisition here. I just appreciate your work ethic. I've seen you in the cage. Then I saw you in West Virginia boxing and winning. It just wasn't like gaining weight and then beating up people, right?
Right, yeah, a lot of hard work.
I know that. I've seen you there. He's one of the hardest working guys I know. And just amazing with what you do.
Thank you.
And tell me about the fight coming up.
I'm fighting at the Meadows Casino the 21st of this month. A guy from Tennessee named Anthony Morgan. We were supposed to fight like 2 or 3 years ago, and I know he got hurt or so, whatever, but the match, got confirmed.
It's real now.
Yeah, it's real, so the real deal Holyfield. So,
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
So I got to collect my debt, so do that.
Tell them about this nickname. What's this Hawk and Hawk Time stuff? What happened? How'd that come about?
Just one day sparring. Aggressive spar, like that. And I just have a vision when I'm out there.
I know you're aggressive because when you're in the cage or you're in the boxing ring, it's just amazing. You just flick that switch.
That's right. You know what time it is?
Hawk Time.
Right.
See, I try to teach him this stuff. We don't have any scripts. See, I got all these papers. Now you see why.
Right.
You know what? It's still Hawk Time. When did you get started doing this?
I started I thought it was late 2006 or so, and I turned pro in 2011. I went to school for 1 year or so, and the smoking gym got a hold of me, and we signed a $2 million contract to turn pro.
He's one of the smartest homeschooled guys that comes out. The only thing is, that's sawdust in his pocket. You're supposed to leave that on the floor.
Right.
He didn't teach you that.
No, he didn't tell me that one. So, but yeah.
No, we don't script any of it. He has a great sense of humor, but he's a demon in the cage and the ring.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't mind me saying it.
You could say that. You got to be though. You got to be a different person when you're inside there. When the door closes, bell rings, you got to be somebody else.
And you're a family man too.
Yeah, definitely. I have a wife.
You want to say hi to her or your son?
I will. I'll say hi to my wife Amy, my son Jalen. You know, he's awesome, man.
He's one cute, handsome kid.
Thank you very much.
Definitely. You guys did well.
Thank you.
So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And it's nice to see him at your fights. How does he handle when somebody's trying to hurt you?
He's my biggest critic, I'll tell you that.
What's he say?
Everything I do wrong, I'll tell you that.
He picks it up.
Yeah, you didn't jab enough, or you let him hit you too much. You weren't moving your head. Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? And I'm just like, are you serious? Like, how'd I look? That won, though, right? So, yeah, you won, but you did okay. You can do better.
Tell me how old he is right now.
He's 5 years old, but he's going 25. You know?
No, because I've talked to him.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
I talked to him. We're friends.
Yeah.
Are you going to get him started in doing any of this, or does he?
No, I mean, at home I do stuff with him. I mean, he plays football right now. Flag football, he plays flag football. Yeah. Soccer, baseball. I mean, he's involved in everything.
Do you coach him in any of this stuff?
Yeah, I actually got,
I guess.
I didn't want to coach, but I got thrown into it somewhat.
Well, a nice guy like you that knows something and you follow through, that's what they need in neighborhoods, right?
Right, you're right about that. You know, a good positive figure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. I'm glad you could make another show. Anything else going on you might want to bring up, or what's happening?
Really, right now, I think fight-wise, well, I mean, there's like another fight, not hands, but it's like a race, I think, coming like May 27th, I think it is, right?
Yeah, so, this is what we want to announce.
Yeah. So,
we want to.
So I need a tag team partner, and I want Francis Haley, the Mad Dog Haley, on my team. And I want you two also, if you guys can make it.
You know what? We take the challenge because listen to this. You got to get up pretty early to beat the talking machine. We got invited the other night when we were with Heather Wilder, the PR of the Meadows Standardbred Owners Association. We've done shows, a half a dozen shows out there, Hawk. Yeah, that's the best casino
in the area, in my opinion, though.
It is, and plus the racetrack, the horse people are unbelievable there. We're doing a lot of great things with them. They have a family fun night, the first one. Listen to this. Friday night, May 27th. I think it starts at 5 o'clock. See how I remember stuff, Heather? You forgot to write it down.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
And great music. Yeah,
Bring music?
Well,
all right.
Yeah, we got all kind of things happening. And she threw out a challenge. You and Francis sucked it up right away. I had to work on my partner here. He told me, on the record, Smoking Jim said, no, talking machine, I'm not doing it. Then Heather goes, Smoking Jim, aren't you going to do it? You just have to breathe, because Al's been teaching you about breathing when you're on a horse. He goes, Miss Heather, I'll do it for you. Here, I'm on the team. I got thrown right in the track, man. We take that challenge. I can't wait. And you better be ready to be on a horse for 5/8 of a mile. They go once around the track, about 30 miles an hour. You get to wear a helmet. You have a driver like the expert that Heather's married to, Mike Wilder. He's unbelievable. He was my guy. We were so far back, we couldn't even see Smoking Jim and Tony Hall. They were sprinting away. Mike goes to me, you ready? I said, yeah, we got to win. We go 5 wide, which is 5 lengths across. We're at an angle, and he goes, we're going to try to get him. And we almost got him on the last stride. So be prepared. I'm going to see if I can get a GoPro again, because if he holds his breath again that long for another minute and a half, it's a world record for Smoking Jim. All I can say is breathe, but watch, there's some limestone and dirt that comes up. Just be careful. But all you got to do is hold on and sit there. It's like being chauffeur driven.
I'll be ready. It's like on a Harley, right?
Yeah,
right,
definitely.
Yeah.
I only got 1 horsepower. And it's a big horse. It's about 1,200 pounds. So you better be ready. I take the challenge. Smoking Jim, are you still up for that challenge? Just say it out loud, please. And stay here. We're going to have to end the show. I appreciate everybody coming out, joining us here tonight on a nice, almost like fall night. It's so chilly. But that happens in Pittsburgh. We had a great winter. Maybe we'll get 70 or 80 degrees again in early summer. But I'm waiting for it. Thanks for coming out to the show. Thanks for watching us. You can see this on Verizon 32 everywhere. There'll be a delay. It won't be on Wednesday night because I said the director, Dave Cable, he went to Disney World at 3 in the morning with his family, 2 kids and his wife. So, I mean, how cool is that? So we'll wait a little bit. It'll come out. We'll be posting photos that we took to show that you were all here and that you will have time with the talking machine on Pittsburgh Sportsline. So take care, have a good night, and stay Joey strong.